Hello my friends, and happy Halloween. You're watching Project Dark Knight Horror, and I am your host, the Dark Knight. Before we begin, I've hidden a secret word somewhere in the video. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to find the word along with the timestamp, and the first 3 people who comment the secret word along with the timestamp will get a shout out at the beginning of the next video. The last video's secret word was poltergeist. Well done to the first 3 people who commented the right information. Their names are Michelle Butler 5719, Matthew Papaj 7149 and Gostradamus. Well done, and thank you for watching the video carefully and finding the word. Now, keep your eyes open and good luck for this video. Let's begin. The Mimic. For our first case, we're checking back in with Zark, Ryan and Mona for an update. For those of you living under a rock, for the last year and a half, Zark, his wife Mona and their son Ryan have been haunted by something evil. Now, I can't be 100% sure, but the activity that Zark has experienced is on a demonic level. He's experienced everything from taps and bangs, poltergeist activity, knocking and scratching at the door, taps have been turned on, running footsteps have been recorded, and a shadow figure was captured on CCTV multiple times. And every night between 1 and 3 AM, Zark gets woken up, meaning after a year and a half, it came as no surprise that Zark finally broke down. And even though he's had to be the strong one and keep it together for the sake of his wife and son, this evil spirit has just been too strong for him. So the activity got so bad that the family left their last apartment in the suburbs and moved into another apartment closer to the city, hoping that the move would separate the entity from their lives. But just 3 months later, the activity started again, and the entity followed them. And now, things have got worse. The last time we caught up with Zark, he was still being woken up every single night, and because he worked 6 days a week, it started to wear him down, mentally and physically. Also, something started knocking on his balcony window in the early hours of the night. Recently, Zark decided to protect his home using salt across all the windows and doors. Now, when placing salt in your home for protection, there are ways to execute the ritual. Prayers are said, and you can burn sage to push out any negative spirits. Otherwise, if you just lay down salt, then you might be trapping the spirits in your home, which will make them angry. And this is what happened to Zark, because after placing the salt in his home, Zark started experiencing activity he had never experienced before, and it was absolutely terrifying. Watch.
तुम्हें बाहर जाना जरूरी है क्या?
एक मिनट यार, देख तो लेता हूँ कौन है। It's exactly 3 o'clock. No.
क्या हो जी?
मुन्नू कहाँ पे?
यहाँ पे सो रहा है।
अच्छा, तुमको आवाज कुछ सुनाई दिया क्या?
नहीं।
ओके,
क्यों, क्या हुआ?
कुछ नहीं, मुन्नू की आवाज जैसे सुनाई दी। यहाँ पे आई क्या तुमको आवाज?
नहीं, यहाँ नहीं है।
अच्छा, ठीक है। Can you please stop it? No.
Because Zark gets woken up most nights, he now sleeps on his own single bed, and his wife and son share the other, so they don't get woken up. But it doesn't work, because right on time, like clockwork at 3 a.m., the entity came knocking. Technically, the doorbell was being pressed every few seconds. So Zark makes his way reluctantly to the door to look through the peephole. You can tell by his breathing, which is very shallow, and by the way his hand shakes, that Zark still isn't used to the paranormal activity. Even after moving homes and being haunted for almost 2 years, he still feels that something means him harm, and that something was now on the other side of the door. You can tell that Zark wanted to open the door to check properly who or what was outside. But luckily, he's a viewer of Project Dark Knight, and he knows that nothing good ever comes from opening the door. In my last update from Zark, the same thing happened, but instead of the doorbell ringing, something knocked 3 times on the door. And when Zark looked through the peephole, something banged on the door with so much force that it really scared Zark. So this time, as he stood shaking by the door, we all expected something to bang on the door again. But something else happened instead. Something that up until now, Zark had never experienced. As he stood there, waiting, from behind the door came a muffled voice that was familiar to him.
No.
It was the voice of his son. But how could that be? His son Ryan was fast asleep next to his mum. Zark even went to double check, and, as usual, his son was fast asleep. After telling his wife what he had just heard, Zark returned back to the door. The fact that the entity just mimicked his son's voice made him really angry, and he tells the entity to stop ringing the bell. Again, the voice is heard, and again it says, "Daddy, can you let me in?" If you listen to it, there's menace in the way it says "let me in."
Daddy, can you let me in?
It smells so bad. It smells very bad. What the hell? Smells very bad. Maybe. 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 Can you come with me now?
I'm not sleeping.
Just 2 seconds, come with me.
क्यों?
आओ दिखाता हूँ मैं तुमको. इधर है, आ जाओ.
लाइट लगाओ ना.
लाइट काम नहीं कर रहे अभी. इधर.
What is this smell? Oof.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh my god. Oh my god. क्या है ये? Very bad smell over here.
Yeah, I know.
It's not. क्या है ये? From where it's come?
It's coming from the walls.
I can't stand it. Very stinky. Oh my god.
जल्दी जाओ बच्चे के पास. You okay? Okay, I hope you can see that. Now you see the markings on the wall?
One night, Zark wakes up to the smell of fire. To the uninitiated, what Zark is smelling is sulfur. In the paranormal community, as well as newspaper articles, books, TV shows and documentaries, as far back as I can remember, and furthermore, the smell of sulfur or rotten eggs are linked to evil spirits and demons. Sulfur is a non-metallic element that's normally found on the Earth's crust or areas with volcanic activity. And in the Bible, sulfur is known as brimstone, and the most notable use of sulfur in the supernatural world is that it is a key marker that a demon is close by. That is why whenever you watch Ghost Adventures or other such paranormal investigation shows, whenever they smell rotten eggs or sulfur, they always go on high alert. Have you ever returned to a used firework or smelt it? That is sulfur. And that, my friends, is what Zark woke up to smelling in his home. The smell was so strong he could smell it through a closed door. And when he got into the living room, he found that the lights didn't work. So he followed the smell, and with every step, the smell got more and more sickening until he came across a sight that filled him with dread. Now remember, Zark and the family have lived in the apartment for over 3 months without any electrical, interior or water damage, and it just so happens that after pouring salt across all the windows and doors, this happened. This haunting is getting more and more troubling for Zark and his family. Just when they thought that they had left this thing behind them and closed that chapter of their life and started a new one, the entity found them again. And after 3 months, the activity has increased. I will carry on keeping an eye on this channel, and as soon as I have any more updates, I will let you know. And remember, for those of you living under rocks and in caves, and for any new subscribers, the link to Zark's full haunting with all the background information is down below. After you watch this full video and find the secret word, then go and check it out. Or you can jump on over to Zark's YouTube channel and drop him a comment or two that will cheer him up and boost his confidence. The name is on screen. But don't forget, when you get there, to tell him the Dark Knight sent you. Thank you. I don't claim this negative energy.
Hey, Project Dark Knight. My name is Chris from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and my haunting started in 2019 when we bought the house late November, early December. Since then, things have slowly progressed. I don't know if it's something that I may have done, but it's been as far as that I've been touched, scratched, things have been moved, broken. I've caught voices on video, shadows. My dogs see the activity. They see and hear the activity. But yeah, at some point, if I find out any information on the house, I'll post an update on my TikTok or my YouTube. I go by Skateboard Chris.
For Chapter 2, we're leaving Dubai and traveling to Cape Girardeau in Missouri, where a young delivery driver called Chris calls home. In 2019, Chris and his wife bought their first home, where they planned on settling down, growing roots and starting a family of their own. But pretty quickly, Chris noticed that his home was haunted. Now, I always try to ask the homeowner, why do they think they're haunted? To get their own opinion and to find out whether they did something like a Ouija board or a ritual, or maybe they're paranormal investigators and on one of their jobs, something followed them home. Or it could be as simple as the home was already haunted before Chris moved in. But by the time Chris realized his home was haunted, he had only lived there a couple of months, and most of that time was spent working and decorating, meaning that the home must have already been haunted. And while working this case, I found out from photos and from descriptions from Chris that the previous owners might have withheld a dark secret. And if that was true, then is that the main reason for selling their home? I guess only time will tell. The following footage you're about to see was the first time that Chris caught paranormal activity on his CCTV. Watch.
It's not chewing on it. I'm sorry, y'all. He's just playing. It may be loud on my phone. I don't know yet. But yeah, we're just chilling. And I swear, up and down, I could have swore the door was vibrating. It's a sliding door. Slides into the wall. There it goes. It's making me shake a little bit. I'm sorry. Oh, fucking devil scared the shit out of me. Fuck, hold on, let me turn this to the light. Right there.
One evening, while Chris was watching one of his favorite shows, Chris fell asleep on the sofa when something happened that changed the whole direction of this haunting. And unbeknown to Chris at the time, but it was only when he was going through all his footage when he saw it, and it sent a cold shiver down his spine. Watch. Well, did you see it? Watch Chris's t-shirt. Like I said, this had never happened before. The ghost, or ghosts, were now taking an interest in Chris, and it made him think, how many more times did this happen while he was asleep? So he started to go through all his CCTV footage every day to see what else he could find.
Yeah, see? I can tell you, I see it. Actually, I'm walking up here.
Chris said, I wanted to share a few things with you. Nothing really visible that I noticed at least, but a couple of coincidences that were too coincidental. One, I uploaded a post in December on TikTok mentioning the Ouija board, which was going to be my first live video. Two, I actually went and bought a Ouija board, but then I started getting bad vibes and subtle hints here and there. I'll show you. Immediately after buying the Ouija board, Chris received a wage slip, which was the amount of $666, which is 666, the sign of the devil. This is just one instance that happened 2 days after wanting to dig and find some answers about the history of the house and the land. I'm a very superstitious person, and I think you're always given signs, but you just have to know when and where to catch them. That being said, I went back online to look at the photos of our house that were posted online before we bought it. At first glance, nothing seems to be out of place or out of the ordinary. To most people, that is. Here they are one more time. So there were a lot more photos of the house posted online, but the seller deleted them. At first glance, it might look like the family is religious, but pictures can hide 1,000 words. Now, to the regular everyday person, you don't notice anything out of place or out of the ordinary, right? But what you don't know, and what the other pictures showed that have now been deleted by the seller since then, is that in every single room in the house, there were crucifixes. Again, I have no problem with anyone or their type of religion, but at the time of the walkthrough, something felt off to me, like something wasn't being disclosed. Apart from the things that I've caught on camera throughout the day, I get weird smells and cold spots randomly in our home. And recently, I was woken up from a bad dream by the dogs, and when I got up, I felt like something was in our house, and it felt evil. On this night, I fell asleep watching TV. I really don't sleep with the lights off anymore. At least one or two have to be on. I was hearing noises earlier all night, so I turned on every single light in the house. In person, it sounded like something was running up and down the stairs. That night, I went to check downstairs, and nothing was out of place. All the doors and windows were closed and locked. The worst part about living here is not knowing if someone has broken into your house or if it's the paranormal. There's only one place in the house I haven't been, and that is the attic. Throughout this clip, Chris was talking to his dogs, and the light was off, so it's hard to see. Now, watch the chair. Amazingly, the chair leans back by an invisible force. Chris doesn't see it at the time until he hears it bang back in place. What's even more worrying is how strong this haunting is becoming, and it even lashes out as something that Chris loves. As you can probably tell, Chris spends a lot of time with his dogs. Wherever Chris goes, one of the dogs are sure to follow. So it really worried Chris when one day it looked like one of his dogs got hurt by something they couldn't see. Watch. The following footage proves just how dangerous this haunting can be. Not only does Chris have to worry about the poltergeist activity, his dogs getting attacked and his wife or himself getting touched while they sleep, but now they have to contend with the spirits turning on the stove as well. Watch. What you're about to see is amazing. There's more activity in this one clip than in a whole season of some paranormal investigation channels. Chris recently bought some cat LED balls and left 2 on the tables. He leaves the room and asks out loud if the entity can light the balls. They don't just light up the balls, they move them. Watch. On Project Dark Knight, I try to feature the very best, the most reliable, and the scariest hauntings from around the world, so we can learn from these cases and some of the people's mistakes. But don't forget, amidst all the scares, the sleepless nights and the chaos, at the heart of it, there are real families just trying to get by. So the reason I feature these hauntings is to shine a light on the paranormal, to bring this community together and to the forefront, because even now I get comments from people who say that ghosts are not real, or there are no such things as demons. But we know better, don't we, my Dark Knights? The people who don't believe are the lucky ones, because ignorance is bliss. So make sure you like the videos and subscribe and share to get my work out there. So Chris wanted to find out if there was one spirit or multiple in his home, and if it was a male or female, boy or girl. So he did something that he shouldn't have. The one thing that could make his situation 10 times worse. That's right, Chris bought and used a Ouija board with another member of his family, and things got worse. And when I say things got worse, I mean it. The activity became violent and constant, and Chris soon wished he hadn't used the board. But you'll have to wait until the next update when we visit Chris again for his part 2. Even though I showed you a lot of content, I still had to cut a lot, and I only showed you about half of his videos. This haunting is happening right now, and I'm in contact with Chris, so make sure you join me next time when we visit Chris for part 2. But if you just can't wait and you'd like to know what happened after Chris used the board, then why not jump on over to his account? The name is on screen. So do me a big one, my Dark Knights, because Chris could really use your support right now. After watching the rest of this video and finding the secret word, jump on over to his account and blow up his channel and his TikTok. The name's the same for both platforms. But don't forget, when you get there, to tell him the Dark Knight sent you. Thank you. The update of Kitty K 38. Our next case is well known in the paranormal community, and she's been experiencing the paranormal in her home since before 2018, which is when she decided to start recording. She has a YouTube channel called Paranormal Nightmares, and her TikTok account is called Kitty K 38. I featured her some time ago, and here on Project Dark Knight, I always like to keep tabs on the cases I've featured, especially the more active cases like this. So, because it's Halloween, and because I haven't featured her in a while, it only felt right to visit her again for an update. So sit back and get comfy as we dive down the rabbit hole into the world of Kathy Gallinger, aka Kitty K 38. Let's begin.
Hi Project Dark Knight family, it's Kitty K38 here from TikTok. I thought it was a good time to do an update with y'all since it's been a while. We started recording the strange activity inside our house and outside on the property since about 2018. We've captured the strangest occurrences in the house. Anything from closet doors opening, hearing voices, shadow figure movement, and a lot of the times we captured this stuff while we were live. We're still experiencing strange things in the house, but lately guys, we've been experiencing something new we've never experienced in the house before, and I wanted to share that with you. I have posted some videos on my TikTok channel if you guys want to go have a look. Something called light anomalies. So we'll be in bed at night and we'll see these flashes of light, which, like I said, I've captured on camera, and generally it's like a quick bright flash and it's gone. I don't know if it has anything to do with Halloween being around the corner, but from people that I've talked to, and a medium friend of mine says the veil does get thinner coming into the autumn season, spooky season, I guess. When we first moved in, everything was scary. Now we're noticing the summer was a little quieter, and as the weather changes and it's starting to get colder, we're noticing a lot more activity. So I definitely wanted to share that with y'all here at Project Dark Knight. You're like a family to me as well. I'm going to share my TikTok link here, as well as my YouTube link here, so you guys can find me on those socials. Bye all, have a great weekend, and a happy Halloween.
There's activity in every single room in the house, but the basement is where most of the activity centers. One evening, Kathy was doing the laundry when she got that weird feeling that she's being watched. So she took out her phone and started recording. And this is what she captured. Watch.
Okay guys, I'm in here again. Just put some clothes in the dryer. I have all the lights on because I get freaked out when I'm down here alone, but I heard something coming from, I think it was the bathroom. It sounded like something slid or maybe like a knocking sound or something like that. It sounded creepy. Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. There's nobody in here, guys. It's just me. Literally, just me. Okay, upstairs I go. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I'm in the laundry room. Doing laundry. Got my clothes here folded. I'm hearing noises, and I know it's coming from the bathroom. It was like a thump. Like a thumping sound. Holy shit. Oh my god. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit, holy shit. Oh shit. Holy shit, holy shit. Holy shit. Hello? That's fucking freaky. Okay, I'm done.
In my last update, it became obvious that Kathy had more than one spirit in her home. And after many EVPs and spirit box sessions later, she came to learn that one of the spirit's names was called Peter, and Peter wasn't a friendly spirit. And so Kathy asked one of her friends to do a cleansing with sage.
I hope he's not.
Is Peter here? I'm here. That's it, I'm here in a growly voice. Peter, is that you? Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh,
I would say, yeah, that's him.
okay, okay.
Okay.
I'm shaking, okay.
No kidding, you got a hold of my hand.
Sorry. Okay, we'll wait for that to go. Peter, you're not welcome here. Leave. Right now.
So Kathy asked the psychic medium to come into her home and sage it, and the person who did it had years of experience, so she knew what she was doing. But the activity didn't go away. It was quiet for a day or so, but after that, the activity started again. Also, it got a lot worse. Saging made the activity in her home more intense, and so Kathy decided from that day forth there wouldn't be any more saging. She had tried it twice, and both times it had failed. In the basement, Kathy keeps a lot of haunted items, which is probably why the saging didn't work. But one night, her daughter Jaden noticed that the doll in the locked case had moved positions, and so Kathy looked through her CCTV footage, and what she found was creepy. Watch.
Okay, I didn't want to come back down here. Makes me really kind of queasy feeling. So anyways, there's the doll. She's normally sitting in a straight up position facing forward. We've had her in this case forever. My daughter's room is there where the white door is closed, for those of you who don't know. And she walked by and she saw that the doll was looking like this. And she came upstairs and she said, Mom, like, were you guys downstairs? Did you bang into the cabinet? And so we checked our video footage because we have our camera hooked up. And no, this is how she is now. Just kind of leaning funny. I don't know, it's creepy. Okay guys, I'm in the laundry room, and a lot of you know we hung the wind chimes down in the basement the other day. We've been hearing them off and on, and I'm down here alone and I just heard them. They're moving. And there's an orb.
So after the doll's head turned by itself, a few days later, something else happened that was caught on camera. As the cat sits and stares at the doll, something can be seen coming out of the doll. Now, remember, it's night time and the lights are off, and so it's hard to see, so I'll zoom in for you. Something that looks like black smoke comes out of the doll and shoots towards Storm. Maybe to hurt it, but the cat must have sensed something was wrong because it runs out of the basement as fast as it can. In the following clip, suddenly the lights start turning on and off, which is a sign that energy is increasing. Then, just like an EMP blast, the energy is released in the form of an orb shooting across the room. Then, something gets knocked onto the floor, and then the doll holding the crucifix also falls. The room is filled with orbs or dust, which is another sign that some form of energy was just released. Whatever is in Kathy's home is definitely strong. Oh yeah, and what was that? The activity started in 2018 with knocks and bangs, and it increased every single year. Remember I told you that most of the activity happens in the basement? Well, that is true, but recently the activity has now started following Kathy. Watch.
Okay guys, it's just me and Lucy up here. I was just listening to music. I was on the laptop and we're hearing something in the kitchen. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Come on, Lou, come on. Hello? Hello? Okay guys, I'm in the upstairs bathroom. It's 20 after 1 in the morning. I grabbed my phone because I can hear my kitchen cabinets banging. I'm the only one up. I'm afraid to check it. I'm the only one up. The drawer's open. Okay, okay, okay. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Okay, okay. Breathe, Kathy, breathe. This happens all the time in this house. You think I'd be used to it by now? Who's there? Who's there? Guys, the remote that operates our surround sound and TV is right there on the table. Leave me alone. Oh my god. Jamie! Guys, I just hit the record button. I'm in the laundry room. And I'm hearing something. Oh my god. What was that? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. I'm showing behind the door this time. There is nobody in this bathroom. There is nobody. Last time this door closed, everyone was like, there's somebody behind the door. There's nobody in here. It's just me. There's nobody. And I heard something just as I was hitting record, and one of my ornaments is on the floor here. One of his arms is broken off.
My cross is sideways on the wall. And my camera just went really blurry, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if there's something on the lens. It's really cold down here. Hello? Did you hear that? I hear like a whisper.
Then, amidst all this paranormal activity, chaos and fear, someone who was always in the background, someone who is in most of Kathy's videos, and someone who had never hurt a fly, one day started to get sick. And, unfortunately, it was just too much for little tiny sweet Lucy. And, after an operation, which she tried to fight, it was just time to throw in the towel and stop suffering. And one night, little Lucy fell asleep for the last time. This hit Kathy hard. Lucy came into Kathy's life when she was a puppy and could fit onto the palm of one of her hands. Kathy was an emotional wreck for weeks, and her account went quiet. But Kathy had a family, and together they pulled her through. Also, she had other pets to be strong for. And so, it was with a heavy heart that Kathy had to carry on life without Lucy. Then, in aid of change, Kathy and the family decided to get rid of all their haunted items. They took down everything that was associated with the supernatural or haunted, and they also changed the color scheme, hoping that by getting rid of all the haunted objects, the activity in the home would stop. And I for one think that was a great idea and a really long time coming. Even though I love watching Kathy's content, and even though it's so interesting, she has her own life and family to think about. She's given us some of the best memories, laughs and scares, hauntings and paranormal evidence that anyone could ask for. She's given enough, and hopefully this change will start the moving on process for the ghosts that dwell in the home of Kitty K38. The paranormal still persists in Kathy's home even today. Come on, did you really think it was going to be that simple? What Kathy's done is amazing, but it's just the start. And recently, something else has changed. I'm not sure whether the entity's getting stronger or if it's because of the change downstairs in the basement and the kitchen. But one thing's for sure, Kathy is now experiencing new paranormal activity and weird lights on the walls. This is the most recent activity. Watch.
I was just laying here in bed. I'm in here alone. Jamie's not here. He's downstairs gaming. And I saw a bright flash. There it is again, right at the wall. What the fuck?
One of Kathy's viewers spotted something in her most recent post. As Kathy was filming the weird lights in her bedroom, as she panned the camera, some kind of mist or a spirit can be seen standing in the doorway of a cupboard. Now, I can't be 100% sure about this, but doesn't that look like a face to you? Well, so there you have it. That's the update of Kathy Gallinger, aka Kitty K, 38. The clips and footage that you've seen me feature today are from a YouTube channel which is called Paranormal Nightmares. She posts paranormal investigations that she conducted in her own home, which are longer than your typical TikTok videos. Her YouTube channel also features her live investigations. So, if you're looking for something longer and meatier, her YouTube channel, Paranormal Nightmares, is the place to be. And her TikTok account, which is called KittyK38, features her everyday journey on the path of the paranormal. That's our first go-to platform for anything paranormal that happens in her home. So there you have it. You're now up to date with the haunting of Kitty K38, and I'll be keeping an eye out for any updates. We'll be visiting Kitty K38 again in the future, I'm sure of it. So, until then, can you show some love and kindness and jump on over to her TikTok account and YouTube channel and subscribe to both? It is free after all, and you're getting so much in return. So when you visit her channel, drop Kathy and family a comment or two. And don't forget, when you get there, to tell her the Dark Knight sent you. Thank you. Imaginary friend. We're heading to Texas for our next case, where a woman called Salsa Ann lives with her husband John and their two little girls, Elena 10 and Ariana 3 at the time, in a home that they'd just moved into. Her youngest daughter would always be seen talking to an imaginary friend. Now, because of her age, Salsa didn't think anything of it. I mean, some kids talk to imaginary friends, right? But after a while, they just grow out of it. And as they grow older, they forget altogether that they even had an imaginary friend. So she pushed it to the back of her mind. But a few weeks into moving into their home, at night time, both girls would complain that something kept waking them up. And when she asked her daughter what it was, her youngest daughter said it was a friend. They were just not settling into their routine, and it had been well over a month. So Salsa decided to put some cameras around the home, and especially in the girls' bedroom, to see what was happening at night. Watch. So at first, the activity started small, but it was still alarming. If you look at the blanket by Elena's feet while she's sleeping, every few seconds, the blanket keeps moving. Now, it's not her feet moving, and while Salsa watched the footage, she had no clue that the activity was about to get worse and expand into the rest of the home. Also, who or what is Ariana talking to? And for anyone out there that thinks the wires on the floor lead to a fan and that's what's making the blanket move, well, it's not. And if there was a fan on, when Ariana is standing at the foot of the bed, then why isn't her hair moving? The following short clip is one of the two girls sleeping in their separate beds. Every night, they would both complain of voices, sounds, and something touching them. I want you to watch the clip very carefully and then comment down below if you see anything creepy. Watch. Well, at the risk of getting lynched in the comments for sounding like Nuke's top 5, but did you see it? Ariana is in bed asleep when something wakes her up. Then, by the foot of a crib, something can be seen moving. A hand can be seen scratching Ariana's ankle. You can't see Ariana's foot because it's behind the blanket, but as the hand touches her, she flinches and the hand quickly recoils. Ariana immediately starts crying because of the pain searing through her foot. She even holds her foot because of the pain. This in turn wakes up her sister. And in the morning, Salsa was so upset because she found 3 scratches on Ariana's foot. The people in the comments were so worried and upset about this that they told Salsa to get in a priest to bless the home, which she already did. So, whoever or whatever Ariana has been talking to, has it been pretending to be a child to befriend the girls and gain their trust? From here on out, things in the home only get worse. Not long after that, something in the shadows started to make an appearance. Every now and then, Salsa would catch movement from the corner of her eye, but when she looked, she never found anything. So again, she turned to her cameras, and this is what she captured.
Okay, so I have been trying to catch this on video for at least 2 weeks now. I have been seeing things move. Everybody thinks I'm nuts. I know what I saw. There's nobody here. My doggy. Okay. Okay. Come on, ghost. If there's a ghost in this house. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Okay. Oh my god, I told you. Okay. Oh my god! I'm not crazy. Okay, I've been hearing noises. It's okay, it's okay. Shh, sit down. You scared? Hang on. Sometimes I'm hearing noises. Sometimes things get thrown off the counter. I just want to make sure that you see nothing because this is really creepy. I'm so over it. Come on, John, hurry up and get home. Can you stop, please? Sometimes things get thrown off the counter. Sometimes the water gets turned on. It's really creepy. Who's it, Lucy? Who is it? I'm probably going to go live as soon as John gets home so that I'm not scared while I'm recording. I don't want to touch it. That's just the cat box. Yeah, I'm gonna go live as soon as John gets here because I'm creeped out.
During the day, Celsa would see and hear things moving, but no one believed her. And after weeks and weeks of trying, she finally managed to capture something. When you experience the paranormal for yourself, and I mean when you see it, smell it, hear it, it doesn't look real. That's because what you're seeing is so out of the norm so alien that your brain finds it hard to accept it. Also, some people might not believe you, and you could end up feeling like you're losing your marbles, just like Celsa. No one believed her, and she felt like she was going crazy. So determined was she that she documented it, uploaded it, and she put it on her account for all of us to see. In the second bathroom video, a lot of people in the comments were suspicious of Celsa because she didn't open the drawer. Look, to be truthful, it looked like she was scared. She said it a couple of times, and she said she was creeped out and she was waiting for her husband John to get home from work. She did open the cupboards on the sides to show us that no one was hiding in there. Also, she showed the space under the drawer. I actually believe her. So far, there hasn't been any paranormal activity that I think is staged. But I'm more concerned with what my audience thinks. So, drop your comments down below whether you think this haunting is real or fake. And I'll pass it on to Celsa. It's been a while since Celsa has posted, and that could mean it stopped. Or it could still be persisting, but sometimes people choose to ignore it and don't give it any energy by recording, in the hopes that it will all go away. As soon as I get in touch with Celsa, I will let you know. But until then, if you want to examine the videos again in your own time from the start because they're quite creepy, then jump on over to her account. The name is on screen. And when you get there, drop her a comment or two. But don't forget to tell her the Dark Knight sent you. Thank you.
Mom! Where is it? Okay. Oh, it's right here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mom! The door is open again! Oh my god.
If you've seen something scary, creepy, or amazing, and you captured something paranormal on camera, or maybe you're a paranormal investigator and you need some help to get your content out there, or you might be unlucky enough to live in a haunted house and you need some help and advice because you think you're all alone. Well, you're not. Project Dark Knight Horror is here for you. So, send in your videos, clips, links, photos, stories, ideas, and more to Project Dark Knight. The email is on screen. Thank you. The update of Dino Nuggets 741. For our last case, I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently. For this case, we'll be looking at what the paranormal has done to its victim, how it's changed and shaped his life, and what it's done to him physically, mentally, and spiritually. I'm talking about the one and only Dino Nugget 741. And this is his update. If you've been watching and studying paranormal videos and cases for the last 5 to 10 years, then you most definitely would have come across JB from the YouTube and TikTok accounts Dino Nugget 741. Unless you've just started watching paranormal videos, then the majority of the people watching this will definitely know all about our next haunting. Dino Nuggets first surfaced on social media in 2021 when he made his TikTok and YouTube accounts, which featured the house in Colorado that we all got to know while watching his famous videos. Not a lot of people know this, but his paranormal journey started before that. I've been in touch with JB, and he's been kind enough to give me his backstory and the answers to some of those burning questions that we all wanted to know.
What's up, Dark Knight family? I'm JB from Dino Nugget 741. So again, for everybody who follows me, much love. For those that are new to Dark Knight's channel, definitely show some love, leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe. It helps them out. So more people who have stories like this, just like me, can get it out, because the dude does the work. And he's the only person that would ever agree to do this. I could post my own viral videos. Just go to TikTok and look, I'm not full of shit. This dude genuinely cares, and he definitely gives a shit about people. And he brings the community together. The paranormal community has to stick together, because no one else will. For all the people that believed in aliens, now you have our government saying, hey, we do see UFOs, we have evidence. People have even said we have down crafts. I was that guy going, these people are fucking crazy. I mean, what kind of drugs are they on to be going through that? Oh, I got abducted. I seen a, UFO. You never know. Show me a video of God. Please, show me a video of God, and then come at us and tell us that, oh, you're full of shit. None of that happens. I've been a psychiatrist. I've done everything. I've showed psychiatrists my videos, and they look at me like, holy shit. They take them, they have them chopped up. The Discovery Channel has had them chopped up. The Travel Channel has had them chopped up. They wouldn't provide it if they couldn't debunk it. They wouldn't put it on their show, from what I understand. And I don't care. I don't. So for all of you that, follow the channel, show them some love. If you really want an in-depth, you can go to TikTok, Dino Nugget 741, or you can go to my YouTube channel. You can follow the story. Eventually I will start posting. Nothing's worked. So time to dive deep in again. But I mad love to Dark Knight for giving this, and I hope, me doing this, I know I bounce all around, guys. I know I do, but like tonight, my water kept turning on. It's probably on right now. I don't know. I'm afraid to go to sleep. It's at that point. And then there's times that I'm good. So much love. I'm a strong individual. I'll always be okay when it comes to that. I mean, this thing's gonna have to really come at me hard if it thinks it's gonna take me. I ain't gonna go down without a fight. Bet your ass on that. But much love. Check out the channel. Go check out the podcast if you like. But definitely show this channel some love. If you want to keep getting content from me, show this guy some love. Describe the entity. It's always different, depending on, it'll change shapes, it'll fly across the door, can't always see it, In one of my videos, it looked like a blob. You could see it start running, and then it changed shape before it got across the doorway. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small. Most of the time it's small. It gives a cackle, like an evil laugh. It's not a cry. I'm telling you, 100%, there's nothing sad about this thing. It's pissed. I want to say it's evil, but I don't. It's not normal. I don't know how to describe something that's not supposed to exist. It's dark. Like I said, it's like a triple black. You look into it, it's like it goes forever, but it's outlined. Sometimes it's, it looks like a shadow going across the wall, and sometimes it's real dark and it's real defined. And I'm telling you, when it's like that, it's been a bad fucking day. That means it started out with a nightmare. I'll wake up on the couch like sweating, like, oh fuck, that was terrible. And then it turns into a reality. So you don't know what's a dream and what's, reality half the time, because they're both the same. You wake up in a scenario in your dream, and it's the same scenario that you woke up to, if that makes sense. So I'm having a dream that this is happening, and where I'm at, looking around, they're in depth, and it's horrifying. And then I wake up, and I'm in the same place, in the same spot, in the same manner, and then shit happens. Do you know how hard it is to predict that? That's why when I go to record it, I get it at the time. when it gets real bad, I have real bad nightmares. And I'm talking, I've tried to stay up for hours and hours at a time just so I didn't have to go to sleep because I knew what was going to fucking happen. So if you want it in a nutshell, there's nothing cool about this. You do not want to experience it. Rob's gotten sick. He came to my house. He didn't even make it 48 hours. He was so sick that he had to stay in bed. And then a cross literally burned into his fucking chest. He had a burn mark of his cross that he had on his necklace in his chest. Ask him. JC, the first investigator that I called, he won't even talk to me. He doesn't want to relive any of that experience. He tells me, he's like, dude, whatever you got going on, I'm used to bumps in the night and little cat balls going off, or maybe catching an EVP. What you got going on, nah, I don't want any part of that. I've had preachers come to my home and won't even come in the door, saying it's attached to you. Whatever you got floating around you, bud, it's way above my pay grade. And to try to get somebody from the Catholic priest or a rabbi to come out and perform like what everyone says in exorcism. Do you know how hard it is to tell the general public, let alone a preacher or a rabbi, priest, deacon, whatever the hell you want to call, in every religion? I've tried it. And they look at you like you're nuts. I've been through psychiatrists, counselors, meds. Nothing has ever worked. So I stopped. I don't know how else to describe that. I don't want to describe it. Watch the videos, and then you be the judge. You can believe it. You don't have to. No one's asking you to. But if you got a genuine comment or you have something to offer, then fucking leave a comment. For all you keyboard heroes, hey, haters make the world go round, bro. Everything that the channel gets, I give it to Rob anyway. I don't keep any of it. Look around, I'm not hurting. It's not why I do this. I do it for good advice, because when you've tried everything and nothing works, what else do you do? I just fucking live with it. A lot of people ask me what's the worst thing that happened. So I'm going to tell you. The whole thing has been the worst thing that's happened. Hearing it is not fun. Watching a door open is not fun. There was a door in the house that I just moved out of before I came into this home. These doors you pull in, you push into the wall. They don't open like this, they don't open like that. In or out, they don't do that. You push them into the wall. That's not easy, okay? Just to do it as me. But when that fucking door slams shut and comes out of the wall like that, how the hell do you think that would make you feel? That's pretty bad. Seeing it is pretty bad. There was one time in the house in Tucson, I was getting ready to go down the stairs because there was, in one video, it turned on the goddamn stove and it smoked up the whole fucking house, okay? Smoked it. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Fire alarms are going off. I go down and it is glowing. The burners were, not one, all of them. I'm freaking out, okay? Turned them off, called the wife, freaking out. I didn't eat dinner that night from making it. I ordered in. So there's no way I should have turned that stove on. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't stoned. I wasn't doing fucking anything. I was tired. I just got a long day at work. I wanted to go to fucking bed. And that's what I did. The damn burners turn on, water's going on upstairs. Like, I get done, go back upstairs, turned everything off, had to go back downstairs. When I was going back, it felt like something put its hands on me and shoved me. I went tumbling down around 8 to 10 stairs. I smashed into the landing, broke the sheetrock, and I mean, that's that. I woke up with scratches that went from my neck all the way down my dinghy. Why would I do that? I don't like pain. I don't even like any type of physical harm. I don't. Like, I'm a sensitive guy. I don't like to get hurt. I don't. And when you wake up with scratches, I had a look on the back part of my arm. I covered it with a tattoo. It looked like something bit me. And I don't like to share this shit, but I agreed with Dark Knight that I would tell. So I'm giving you that. It's very rare do I have physical things that happen to me, but it's not out of the realm. It isn't. You know, it does happen. I don't acknowledge that a lot because it scares me. It fucking terrifies me. But it has happened, and I don't like to talk about it. I just don't. Was that part of it? I don't think that the voodoo had anything to do with it. I think that, you know, going through that, it's kind of opened my eyes that something really was going on. That woman genuinely was afraid. And I know I'm a big guy, but Jesus Christ, she looked at me like I was a serial killer, and I wasn't. So to go back to that, me and Rob went on a long road trip. And we stopped in New Orleans again on our way to North Carolina because we traveled through the whole middle of the country, went through all of the South, went up to North Carolina, did Friendsgiving, and then I drove all the way back to Colorado. And when we stopped in New Orleans, I went back in, same thing happened. Well, Rob went in by himself, and she knew immediately, didn't see us together, said, "You gotta go." So it happened to him too. I don't put any blame on anything like that. I don't. I don't know why it happened. I don't know when. That, you know, it just started coming more prevalent during the times when I was at my lowest. And going through a divorce, for anybody who has, it is the worst fucking thing that you can do. Set you back in your life 5 years minimum, just going through that shit. And it seems like when I was going through hard times, that's when it was the most, boom, here it is, you know. And even when things got better, like now, I'm a successful person. I make good money. You know, I'm a good dad. I'm a good person. And it doesn't matter. The shit still happens. It doesn't matter. A lot of questions come in like that. When and how? When? Right around the time I started going through a divorce. I was driving into Florida. I stopped in New Orleans, and the weirdest shit happened. This was one of 2 times it happened. I got drunk at the Absinthe House, okay? And I mean, I like to tie one on. I like to have fun. I went to the Absinthe House, and when I was walking, there's voodoo stuff everywhere. Voodoo this, voodoo that, chips, memorabilia. You could buy voodoo dolls. Well, there was a reading place, and I don't want to mention the name. I went in there. The damn dude at the cash register talked me into going back there and get a reading. And mind you, I was lit. I go into the room. This lady comes back, sits down at the table, and sits down and tells me that I have to leave. No way is she, you know, doing anything with me. That I had to leave. She didn't give a reason why. It was just a real awkward feeling, like I need to go. So I stand up. I was like, fuck it. I'll get my money back because nothing happened. So I'm standing in front, arguing with the guy at the cash register, said, "This is bullshit. I didn't get a reading, and I'm not paying you to have somebody kick me out of here. That's not going to happen." I didn't see her come up behind me, and she put her hand on my back, and the feeling that I got when that happened, I don't even want to try to describe again. It was like, for guys, your mom catching you masturbating. That'd be awful, right? It's a panic. You know, it's it's just not good. And I turned around, she walked back, and the look she gave me in the meantime, I don't want to live through it again. So what do I think it is? I've said before, I don't want to give it a name. I don't want to even address what I think it is, because that's giving it recognition. People think it's a demon. Some people think it's a woman. A lot of the times when I do catch something, it's a small shadow. But there's been times where I've caught a real big one. Do I think they're separate? I don't think so. I get this really creepy laugh. Sometimes I can hear it. Sometimes I can't. The camera always catches it. That sucks. Some people think it's a demon. I hope not. I don't want that. I don't even want to fucking think about that. So it's better that I don't know. And when I see it, the darkness, it's like that triple black color. It's almost like it just disappears, like you could just look. It's like when you're looking up at the sky and you have like a depth perception and it just goes on forever. That's what I feel like when I look at this thing. It just goes through it, so dark. It just gives you this weird feeling. When you see something like that, I would say the best way to judge it is how it makes you feel at that moment. And I don't feel good anytime I see it. I never get used to that. When I see that, it's the same reaction every time. You don't get used to that. You don't get used to something like this. You don't. I know that sounds contradicting, but I can deal with the small stuff. I can deal, like I said, with the doors and stuff. But when I see something, or I'll play back a video and I see it there, it's time to go. I can't do that anymore. And when I look at it and it just looks like I'm just staring into a big black open room that you have no idea where it begins and where it ends, it's hard to explain just how it's a feeling and a visual. That's the best way I could put it. I don't know how to describe it. I really don't. And I hope none of you have to see it to know how to describe it either. It's not worth it. How often does it happen? Man, I can't even tell you. I can't. Sometimes every day. Definitely every week. A lot of the stuff, man, I just overlook it now. Water turns on, I just shut it off. Door flies open, I just shut it again. A lot of the times in the videos, I don't even see that something's standing there until I watch it again. And you do what you gotta do, man. It happens so often that I overlook a lot of things. You gotta do it that way. You can't get freaked out every fucking time something happens. You can't, because it does no one any good. So if that answers your question, I deal with it so much I couldn't tell you exactly. It's not like I sit here and count. So I hope that brings some clarity onto that aspect. For all of you that do follow me, like I said, I haven't put up a lot of content lately. I haven't. I've been doing podcasts. I thought that, not recording it and filming it would have done me good, but it hasn't. So I've been able to release a lot of that in my podcast. Dark-Sided Dino. And for those of you who have a strong stomach, don't get offended easily, you can go to the channels called Lap Dances and Lattes, and I just let loose. It's meant to be comedy, and I need comedy in my life. I need to smile, I need to laugh, I need to control my smiles and my cries. So the Dark-Sided Dino, you can catch up a lot. And by some weird chance, I actually talked my wife into doing a segment on the dark side of Dino. And she told her story. She wanted nothing to do this. I can't get her on a camera. We work separate shifts. She works overnights. Sometimes I work nights, sometimes I work day. I travel a lot. I have a real job. I have a real life. YouTube is not that. So if you want to hear it from her perspective, after years of doing this, go to that. I'm not doing this for downloads. A lot of you wanted to know what my wife thought. So there you go. What have I been doing? Living. I haven't posted anything to my channel because a lot of it I'm doing on podcasts now, the Dark Side of Dino, and then I can really let go on the other one, lap dances and lattes. And for those of you who don't know me, I have no filter. I have no problem telling people to go fuck off. I have none. And to have an outlet like I have with my podcast, I can talk on the podcast without worrying about a damn video. I hate doing videos. I'm not that guy that's like, hey, look at me, ooh. No, I don't do that. My videos are a point of view aspect, and I only pick up a camera when shit starts to happen. Because realistically, when you set cameras up in your entire home, and with the shit that I go through, I have to relive every second of when I'm asleep, when I'm awake, when I'm away, and screw that. It doesn't work like that. If I'm going through something and it's intense enough and my phone's readily accessible, I will grab it. If you see my videos, that's where they start, wherever my phone's at. I don't get it set up. I pick the phone up, I hit record, and then I'll start to film when I can. Sometimes I catch stuff, sometimes I don't. Most of the time, I don't. It's camera shy, whatever you want to call it. And if you believe it or not, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's up to you. I don't ask for sympathy. I don't ask for anything. A lot of these videos that I do are for educational purposes. For me, I share them to get advice. I've taken that advice. I've moved out of state. I've lived in 3 different houses, and this is where I'm stuck. I'm tired of running. I've moved out of that country house in Parker. I moved to Aurora, Colorado, which is probably about 20 minutes away from the original house where the video started to, where a lot of my videos were recorded. It was real intense. It got to the point an opportunity came and I ran. I came all the way to Tucson, Arizona. That's where, things started to go downhill for me. I gained a bunch of weight. I was depressed. I was really freaked out that it followed me again. And I've just, over the past 10 years or however long, it's been a grip. It's amazing what you can get used to, and I've said that a lot. So I've just been maintaining, doing what I can. I stopped, like I said, because I thought it would help. Not posting it, not recording it. I moved, nothing. Again, I wasn't even unpacked in this house before a door slammed and the lights turned on and the water was on in one of the bathrooms upstairs. So I've given up on running. I have. I'm comfortable. This is the type of home that I'm used to living in, and I'm not moving anymore. I'm not running. So for those of you that don't know me, I am Dino Nugget 741. My name's JB. I've been able to tell my story roughly by accident. My son created a TikTok account. His mom wouldn't let him have it. So he got a hold of my phone. I didn't care, didn't see the harm. And I had videos on my phone that I had taken so I could prove to Steve that something was going on in our house in the country in Parker, Colorado. And he found the video and he posted it because it's in my name. He was 12 years old. So after I seen the reaction and what it did, I thought I could use it as a tool to get some help. And I've caught some pretty crazy shit. you can go to my channel, Dino Nugget 741, just like the name, and start from the beginning. TikTok or YouTube, it's all there. What I've been able to catch that I would wanted to share with people it's on there. The story kind of tells itself, and you can see the different levels of what I've done to not only document it but use it as proof. Because with preachers and religious faith, you have to have a ton of proof. So not only did I share those videos with TikTok and YouTube to even reach out to further help, but I've also used those videos to give to people who could put me in prayer groups and pray over me and give me advice spiritually. Because when you think of stuff like this, the first thing that you think of is, oh, I gotta call a preacher. So that's what I did. But much love. Check out the channel. Go check out the podcast if you like. But definitely show this channel some love. If you want to keep getting content from me, show this guy some love. And until next time, have a good one.
This is Tim with Dino Nugget 741, just checking in with you with an update. Letting you know that we're still here. I know there hasn't been a lot of content going up on the channel, but something happened behind the scenes that was disturbing enough to make JB move again. And it is in this video. You can check it out for yourself and decide for yourself. But he had heard some noises late at night, and he was walking around the house checking it out, and something freaked him out enough to where he decided he needed to move again just to get ahead of it because things were getting too crazy. But without any more talk from me, here's the video, and you decide for yourself.
something. Things get too heavy, you move. You fucking move. When shit comes in here, no thanks. Watch out. Nothing. Clean my house.
Oh, don't forget the closet, Dad.
I got it. It's fine. It was already blessed, so we're good. No mas. Nowhere to hide. Y'all want to know what I've been doing? Here it is. I'm fucking out.
If you've made it to the end, then I salute you. You've proved that you're a true fan of horror. So remember, if you're interested in ghosts, poltergeists and demons, haunted houses, randonautica and urban exploring, cursed objects, serial killers and strange dark mysteries, then Project Dark Knight Horror is the channel for you. I absolutely love all things horror and I'm so passionate about my channel. So, if you like what you see and you think I deserve it, then can you show your love and support by subscribing to the channel? I'm a true believer in good karma. The kindness that you put out into the world, you always get back tenfold. Because what goes around always comes back around later. So, by subscribing to Project Dark Knight and clicking the like button, you'll be doing a good deed for me, the Dark Knight. And you'll be due a big fat lump of good karma. Also, if you didn't know, I've made a private group on Facebook which is exclusive and hidden from the world, meaning you can't search it or find it. The only way to get in is by clicking the link in the description section and I'll open the door for you. So, if you're a fan of horror and you love ghosts, poltergeists and demons and all things dark and twisted, and you want to be part of the horror community as well as getting to know your Dark Knight, then click the link in the description section. Next, if you didn't know, I've made some merch. I've combined my love for all things dark and twisted with my passion for all things urban. And what you're looking at is the result. Remember, these have been designed and made by yours truly, the Dark Knight, and they are exclusive to the channel. So, if you want to look cool, dark and stylish, then look no further. Grab a piece of Project Dark Knight history before it's all gone. Lastly, I want to say a massive thank you to my lovely Patreons who go that little bit further to support Project Dark Knight. Getting the views on YouTube isn't always a guarantee, and with so much competition, it's getting harder and harder to get by. But with the support from my loyal Patreons, it's a lot easier and it means I can continue to make Project Dark Knight my full-time job. Some of the names on this list have been with me since the very beginning. Those names are Dawson Lip, Turtle Chief 9, Julie Six, Andrew M. Gross, Laura Rhodey, George Lopez, Countess Monette, Greasy Cox, Donna Sayers, D. Michael Smith, Catherine Murphy, Trumpet, Anna, KJ Majid, Honey Badger, Charlie X24, Judah, Christy Santi Steven, Seth J, Chris, Are You Voodoo, Jacob Wilk, Cynthia Glover, Eddie E, Matt and Katie Murray, Michael Conlon, and Archie Kriaku. Thank you so much for your kind and generous support, and as a thank you, I will continue to share my content with you earlier than anywhere else. So, from the bottom of my heart to all my lovely loyal Patreons, and also you at home, my dear subscribers, because it's thanks to amazing people like you who keeps the engines running at Project Dark Knight. And always remember, you've been watching Project Dark Knight Horror, and I am the Dark Knight. Signing off. Peace!
Don't ever laugh as the hearse goes by, for you may be the next to die. They wrap you up in a big white sheet, from your head down to your feet. They put you in a big black box and cover you up with dirt and